Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Louis Carlin, or heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network. Feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Big news coming out of Impact slash TNA today. Impact slash TNA has signed 19-year-old pro wrestling prodigy, pro wrestling sensation, Leon Slater to a long-term deal. That was announced today. It was at a sold-out live event in Coventry, England. Scott D'Amore signed 19-year-old UK sensation Leon Slater to a long-term TNA contract. Happened right in the ring, the way they signed Josh Alexander, the way they signed Speedball Mike Bailey. Scott D'Amore in the ring, announces the signing, has the contract. Leon Slater signs a contract right on the back of Scott D'Amore. 19-year-old Leon Slater, now a member of the new TNA roster. Long-term deal. Doesn't say how long it is, but normally they're about 3 years. I know Mike Bailey signed a 3-year deal. Josh Alexander had a 3-year deal when he signed. So Leon Slater, I'm assuming it's going to be a 3-year deal with Impact Wrestling. And this is exactly, exactly the type of signings that Impact slash we're going to just call them TNA, the signings that TNA needs to make to usher in the new the new TNA wrestling, which is coming, of course, in January. This is exactly what they needed to do. Leon Slater is an absolute sensation. I saw a match with him against Speedball Mike Bailey. Was terrific. He took on Will Ospreay in I think it was a few months back. Fantastic match. This guy is an absolute sensation, and he's going to be the leader of the new TNA X Division without a doubt. He will have the X Division Championship at some point in 2024. He will be the X Division champion. Incredibly talented. Let me just read some of the. I'm here on Cage Match here, looking at his Cage Match. Let me read some of the fans making comments, writing comments about Leon Slater. Leon Slater is absolutely fantastic. I really believe I really believe his future in wrestling does not have a ceiling. He has terrific athleticism that can be compared to Will Ospreay. It says he's the future of British wrestling in the eyes of many. Leon Slater is pretty much a better Nick Wayne, better moves, more charisma, more athletically gifted than Nick Wayne. And he's only 18. Well, he's 19 now, and already so talented, a real presence in the ring. Leon already gives off something very strong. He has an aura. I can't wait to see what he does next. Keep an eye on him. Superb and athletic young presence in the ring. Hopefully, he continues to develop his talent with both international matches and occasional solo work. He said if Nick Wayne had a little more athleticism and charisma, he would be Leon Slater. It says Leon Slater is going to be a megastar one day, and it goes on and on and on and on. Terrific signing. I'm pumped. I am pumped about this signing by TNA Wrestling. He's going to be an absolutely incredible addition to TNA, and I'm not sure when he's going to. I'm assuming he's gonna debut in 2024, maybe sooner, but it does say it's a TNA contract, so we can expect him by 2024, by January of 2024, he'll be making his debut for Impact Wrestling. Well, he made his debut. He'll be making his debut as part of the Impact Wrestling roster in January of 2024. So great signing. Very, very happy to hear that. Think about it. They lost Heath, and they signed Leon Slater. So I think that's a great trade off there. Heath, never really a fan of what he had done in Impact Wrestling. He's an older wrestler. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's incredibly talented, but I just wasn't a fan of his in Impact Wrestling. So he has decided to walk, and they signed Leon Slater. So Leon Slater, now a part of the TNA roster, long-term contract. Can't wait to see what he's going to bring to Impact Wrestling. I know it's going to be something special. He's a very, very special talent. And he's now part of the TNA roster. I think it's fantastic, and I can't wait. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Like I said, I always talk about Impact Wrestling needs to bring youth. They need to make good young signings. And this is exactly what they need. They need to capitalize on this signing and start signing some more good young talent. There's a lot of good young talent out there, and Leon Slater is going to be leading the charge in 2024 in TNA's X division without a doubt. So keep your eyes on Leon Slater. Another bit of news. Let me pull it up here. I just want to bring up the story. Alex Hammerstone. Alex Hammerstone. This is interesting. Alex Hammerstone has requested his release from MLW. So Alex Hammerstone, former MLW world champion, former MLW, I believe it's the openweight champion or national. I think it's the openweight national. It's one of them. But he held both major single titles in MLW, and he possibly the biggest name in MLW right now. Him and Jacob Fatu, I guess you could argue, are the biggest names. He's requested his release from the company, and this is coming from Fightful Select. It says Alex Hammerstone has asked for his release from MLW. Fightful Select has learned that the relationship between Hammerstone, a fixture in MLW, and the company itself has become frayed, which is a little surprising because he was Court Bauer's guy. He was Court Bauer's guy for a while. He was the man. But it says Hammerstone asked for his release, and we're told as of now, MLW does not intend to grant it. Hammerstone's deal with the company goes until the end of 2025. We're told Hammerstone hasn't been told himself that the release. We're told that Hammerstone hasn't been told himself that the release was granted or denied. We're told that there has been communication between both sides earlier this year, and a buyout was brought up, and Hammerstone said that he wanted to leave the company. From the company's perspective, Hammerstone's motivation decreased when he was booked to lose the world title to Alex Kane earlier this year. As of this moment, Hammerstone is under contract to MLW, but noticeably was not featured on the most recent roster page update. Hammerstone is on a monthly guarantee, which also adds pay per events. Sources in the MLW claim that there were some issues with their September event when Hammerstone asked for the show off for prior obligation. That was granted, and the money that would have been allocated to Hammerstone was used elsewhere. However, MLW sources claim that Hammerstone became available, but the budget wasn't there to add him to the show. It says that MLW would like to retain Hammerstone. So Alexander Hammerstone requesting his release from MLW, and it says right now, as of right now, MLW is not going to grant his release under contract to 2025. But if he wants his release, and they're talking about a buyout, I don't know if it's going to happen right away, but I have a feeling Alex Hammerstone is going to be a free agent sooner rather than later. And this would be another terrific signing for TNA, for the new TNA Wrestling, to add to the new TNA roster. This would be another signing to really hype up that roster. And I hope Scott D'Amore is paying attention, because Alex Hammerstone is a very, very, very talented wrestler, very, very talented performer, a very, very talented in-ring competitor. And he could be one of the top stars of the new TNA wrestling. And I hope Scott D'Amore is paying attention, because it seems like Scott D'Amore is getting very aggressive right now in signing. First, he brought back PCO, and now Leon Slater, and he's got his eyes. I talked about yesterday. He's got his eyes on CM Punk. He's got his eyes on Will Ospreay. He should be paying attention to this. He should be paying attention to this. And Alex Hammerstone. If Alex Hammerstone becomes a free agent, Scott D'Amore should make an offer immediately. Immediately. I think he'll be great in Impact Wrestling. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I still have to get used to it. He'll be great. He'll be great in TNA wrestling. It's funny because when TNA became Impact, I had to get used to calling it Impact. I was calling it TNA all the time. Finally got used to calling it Impact. Now I'm calling it Impact all the time. Now it's going back to TNA, so I got to get used to it. Sorry, man. Sorry. Hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. But he'd be a terrific addition to the TNA roster should he become a free agent. And I think he's going to, as I said, rather sooner rather than later. So and again, let's get excited because Scott Demore seems to be very aggressive right now. I think he's going all out right now. I believe he's got an increased budget, and he's going all out to bring some exciting talent to TNA wrestling. And he began today with Leon Slater. So gonna keep our eyes on everything. See who else he's gonna bring. I'm sure there's gonna be more signings to talk about, to report, and it's an exciting time right now for us TNA wrestling fans. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that. Anything else breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.